Hi guys, it's me, Oakley. Today I haven't uploaded a video just for a while. But today we're going to do a Q&A. I found a website with loads of questions on it. It's called fcarletti WordPress.com. So I'm going to read some questions and I'm going to check if I'm going to check if I do. Right, so I'll ask the questions. So, what are your nicknames and what do you prefer to be called? Well, I would prefer to be called Ux or Bob. That's all I can say. What books on your shelf are begging to be read? Well, I haven't got any books, but if I would read one, it'd be Skelly. It's a good book, that is. How often do you doodle and what do your doodles look like? Well, I do art at school a lot. But my drawing's rubbish. What do you do if you can't sleep at night? Do you count sheep, toss and turn, or try to get up to do something productive? Well, I can't sleep at night sometimes, so I just go on my Xbox and watch stuff on YouTube, but I don't count sheep, don't toss and turn. I'll try to get up and do something productive. That's a good thing. How many days could you last in a solitary confinement? How would you do it? 3 weeks. I don't know what confinement is, but anyways. Do you save old greeting cards and letters, throw them away? I don't, really. Who is your biggest pack rat? You know, I haven't heard of pack rat, so I don't know that question around. When you're making entrance into a party, do you make your present known? Do you slip in a look? Do you slip in a look for someone you know? Do you sneak quietly and find a safe spot to roost? Well, if I entrance to a party, I will rather quietly and safe spot to roost. What is your strongest sense? If you had give one up, which would it be? I have one. It's smell, because usually I have a similar smell in my house and stuff like that. This is 50 questions, by the way, in Q&A. How many times a day do you look yourself in the mirror? Every day, probably. What is the strongest thing you believe as a child? Well, I'm a teenager, but, what is the strongest thing you believe as a child? Probably hanging around with my friends, probably. Since I'm a teenager. What is one guilty pleasure you enjoy too much to give up? Guilty pleasure. I know what they are. It's the American term. I haven't really got a strongest, really. But anyways, who performs the most random act of kindness of everyone you know? Well, Mason, because my big brother Mason, because he's a good singer. Well, kind of a good singer. He's a good actor. How often do you read the newspaper? Which paper or what section? Well, usually I read off the internet, but I don't read newspapers for real. But The Independent sounds good. Which animal does scare you the most? Well, I haven't seen a lot of. Well, I've been to Drayton Manor, and I've seen loads of animals, and none of them freaks me. But dinosaurs, when I went to Flamingo Land, dinosaurs did scare me the most. Sometimes. Are you the most to avoid conflict or engage in head-on? Probably. What was the most recent compliment you received and saved? What a compliment. Well, Mason, stop bullying me. That's my compliment. But I carried on doing it. What is something about yourself that you hope will change but probably never will? To get a girlfriend. That will probably never happen. Are you a creature of habit? Explain. No, I'm not, because I'm not a creature expert. I'm a car expert, basically. Of habits. Are you a high maintenance? No, I'm not. Because I'm not. And explain as well on that. When was the last time you really pushed yourself to a physical limit? I can't remember. I'll be honest. Do you have whole of acquaintances or just a few very close friends? And what? I have very close friends. Well, I have Ellie Holling. You must know her from YouTube. She's got a YouTube channel. Go and subscribe to that as well. Are you more inclined to build your own empire or unleash the potential of others? Build my own empire. That'd be good. What's a strange occurrence you've experienced but have never or rarely shared with anyone? Well, I haven't said anything to anyone, basically. I just talk to my friends, that's all. What do you think about more than anyone else? Anything else? My brothers. What do you think about more than anything else? My brothers. My family. What's something that amazed you? School. School really amazed me. So I can get it over and done with. What do you prefer that people shoot straight with you or temper their words? Temper their words, because they forget what they're saying, so they have to try to spit it out like. Where's your favourite place to take an out of town guest? My favourite place is Keighley. Because I usually go there, but I usually go there a lot to Keighley. What's one thing you'd rather pay someone to than do yourself? What's one thing you'd rather pay someone? I'd rather pay someone a gift, a birthday gift, if it was their birthday. Do you have a catchphrase? I don't have a. Yes, I do. I do have a catchphrase. What do I do that for? That's my catchphrase. I always say that. What's your reactions towards people who are outspoken about their belief? What conditions cause do you dislike or conservatively enjoy talking with them? Spoken about belief or what condition? I'm going to answer what's the condition caused to dislike or conservatively enjoy talking with them. Well, I usually talk about stuff that I really want to know, really. How and where do you prefer to study? Well, that's an American thing, but I don't really study a lot. But my bedroom's usually the best thing. What position do you sleep in? What position do you sleep in? I usually sleep sideways sometimes, and usually straight as well. But anyways, where's your all-time favourite town or city? Huddersfield is one of my favourite towns because sometimes I go to sometimes I go to the Kirkgate Centre and go to Panini Shop to buy myself a panini. What are your top 3 qualities that draw you to someone new? Well, I don't know, really. So I'm going to leave that question out, but I don't know, really. How has your birth order characteristic of siblings affect you? Well, I don't know. characteristic of siblings affect you? I don't know, really. If you could eliminate one weakness or eliminate your life, in your life, what would it be? Myself. Because I can eliminate myself. Because I don't know, really. If you could restore one broken relationship, what could it be? Well, I don't know because I never saved anybody's relationship, really. If you had to change your first name, what would you change it to? I'll change it to Joseph. Joseph or Josh, one of those two. Do you believe ignorance is bliss? Why or why not? Believe in ignorance is bliss? Well, I don't believe in anything, but I disagree with that one because I don't really know a reason why, but I just don't think ignorance is bliss is real. What do you consider uncomfortable? No, unforgivable, sorry. Unforgivable. Having a short relationship probably with someone, consider unforgivable. Have you forgiven yourself is your past personal failures? No, because I haven't. I've been good recent. Well, I have been naughty sometimes, but I have forgiven myself for being naughty. I always say sorry, but my family always say, nah, sorry's not good enough. Next question. How difficult is it for you to give someone who refused to apologise? Well, it's very difficult because people bully you at school and they just forgot to apologise, that's all. Do you hold any convictions that would be willing to die for? You were willing to die for. Do you hold any No, I don't. To what extent do you trust people? Love. Now, because love is important to people. Love is important to people that people have relationship with. Probably some long-last relationships. But our love is important. In what area of life would you immature? In what area of your life? I don't know, really. I'm going to leave that question as well. What is your best news you ever received? Wow. FaceTime with my friends, basically, because I usually do that a lot. How difficult is it for you to be honest, even when your words may be hurtful or unpopular? Well, it's very difficult because my words are usually popular and not hurtful, but it's very difficult. When did you immediately click with someone you just met? What was your long-term result? And conversely, are you close with anyone? Know that your release is delayed at first. Well, the first question, when did you immediately click with someone? I met Ellie on Facebook one time because I haven't seen her in a while, that's all. That's because I just said, what was the long-term result? I don't know that one. Conversely, are you close with anyone know that you really dislike at first? Yes. It's one of my friends at Parkside called Amy. She is a bit laugh a lot, and I don't really like it. It really hurts my ears a lot. But anyways, when do you find yourself singing? When I'm in the mood to.